Increasingly, we're becoming ethical consumers. People now actively seek out environmentally friendly products, they drive hybrid cars, and they eat organic food. There are ethical and political investors whose actions shape companies, and staff put pressure on their employers to have clear policies on the environment and on diversity. You don't leave your ethics at home when you come to work. And increasingly, people actively want to work for good organisations. Corporate social responsibility at Turner includes charitable, volunteering and community activities, as well as environmental and diversity issues. The company donates millions of pounds worth of unsold airtime to charities annually, which has made us a top 100 UK company, alongside The Body Shop, the BBC and Sainsbury's. CSR's region is Europe, Africa and the Middle East, so when Time Warner gave us funds to donate to charity, UNICEF was chosen and the Pepo La Tumani Orphanage in northern Kenya. 4 staff visited, shot a film and created a website to help raise funds, and staff very generously gave presents and educational equipment to them. It was inspired by Christiane Amanpour's documentary on the AIDS crisis in Africa.
This little clinic that we reported on for CNN, called Pepo La Tumani, suddenly became an integral part of the CNN and Turner family, because not only did it, through our report, generate a lot of response, people giving hundreds of thousands of dollars, but also it brought CNN and Turner, our corporation, into real contact with this clinic and with the children who are orphaned and who are now being taken care of. And it became a bit it's sort of our family now, Pepo.
Nearer to home, CSR has done a lot of work with the homeless, which was inspired by local big issue sellers. They asked them in to tell their story to staff, and 3 volunteers cycled to Paris to raise money for the Big Issue Foundation.
So there's a wonderful synergy between us. We give you the chance of expressing your social concerns and your social values, and you give us the chance of linking up with big business, and in a way, unless you have those kind of links, then you don't really get taken seriously.
CSR has also brought in a series of ex-homeless interns who are now in accommodation and looking for work. They also encourage interns who are disabled or from minority backgrounds, as they often find it hard to get into the media, but frequently have all the skills that we need. Some of them are so good, they've been given permanent employment here. Every year, the STARS programme pays for 8 interns to come in for 8 weeks, so if you need an extra pair of hands and would like to give someone's career a real boost, do get in touch with CSR. Diversity is very much a part of the culture at Turner. The company's business success depends on our services being popular with all sections of society, and the best way to do this is to have staff as diverse as our audience is. Turner's diversity strategy looks at the workforce, workplace and marketplace to make sure that we have the best people from across the spectrum, represent people fairly and equally on our channels, and engage people in the office to make sure that this happens. The company now asks staff and job applicants to complete diversity surveys and employs experts, specialist agencies and uses advertising and sponsorships to ensure that we get a representative mix of candidates applying for jobs. CSR and the Diversity Council sponsor a range of events and work with people like the MP Diane Abbott on her scheme for young black achievers.
Diversity matters in any international company nowadays, partly because if you're going to recruit the best staff, you need to recruit from the widest possible field. And unless you have the policies to attract people of all races and colours and religions, then you're not recruiting from the widest field. But also, if you're going to compete globally, you have to look like a global entity, and you have to look international and diverse.
Time Warner and Turner also encourage business resource groups, and Out at Time Warner brings together gay and lesbian staff from around the businesses. Their work has been recognised by several magazines, and the company was a finalist at the Race for Opportunity Awards. CSR also helps the company to reduce its environmental footprint. As a broadcaster, Turner isn't a major polluter, but we do use a lot of power and create many tonnes of waste and CO2 between us, while at work and at home. And we can use our influence to help viewers do their bit as well. The company now has an environmental policy which asks all staff to reduce, reuse and recycle. The channels are also active with CNN, running its annual African Journalist of the Year Awards, which promotes high-quality journalism on a continent where journalism is frequently looked down upon. TCM has Classic Shorts, which is the most prestigious short film prize in Europe and part of the London Film Festival. And Cartoon Network has worked on several projects with the Prince of Wales's Foundation for Children and the Arts and set up the Caretoon Network, which is made up of major children's charities including Barnardo's, Childline and UNICEF. So that's a quick overview of CSR and why the company takes it so seriously. There are plenty of opportunities for you to help, whether it's by building houses in Africa, volunteering your skills or improving the environment. So please do make use of your 16 hours paid volunteering leave. You can find out more about benefits, grants, sponsorship and match payroll giving on the CSR website. The Corporate Social Responsibility team are there to help you with volunteering ideas, diversity, environmental issues and everything else you've seen here. So please go and see them and start thinking about how you can get involved.